Right, what's going on? Welcome back to another TK41 collectibles video. There's been a lot of controversy around this new Anakin figure, I think. I've not got it in hand yet, but I think I've seen enough. Let's have a chat about this.
TK421, why aren't you at your post?
Because I'm busy buying collectibles, sir.
There's one, set for stun.
Right, so big shout out to Six Scale Therapist, a viewer of the channel. He just put a comment on one of my videos recently. Oh, actually it was on the poll. Since Artisan Anakin released, so many questions unanswered about why Hot Toys can't keep to their prototype release and still demand high prices. Where is it all going wrong? So I thought I'd try and answer that as best I can. Obviously, when the Artisan edition Anakin Skywalker was announced, it was one of the most hyped Hot Toys in, as far as I can remember anyway, and I've been collecting Hot Toys for a good while now. So in recent memory, it has been the most hyped Hot Toys kind of pre-order ever. The prototype looked absolutely flawless, like Aiden Christensen had stepped right off the screen. It looked amazing, but when the final figure landed, it looks like it's not quite hit the same. So what's going wrong at Hot Toys? Why do the prototypes always look better for the most part? Not every single one. Obviously some do actually kind of turn out better, like recently the Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Kenobi series, that turned out amazing. Also, like Moff Gideon looked amazing, one of the newer ones. And in 2025 now, with AI assisted design and advances in 3D printing, should we be demanding more as customers essentially?
Stop that ship! Blast them!
So Hot Toys prototypes, they're designed to wow, aren't they? I mean, they're handcrafted by master sculptors, painted by elite artists, and photographed under like ideal conditions. So you're not looking at a factory piece here, you're looking at a one-of-a-kind, basically a showpiece designed specifically to generate hype and to generate pre-orders. So in the case of Anakin, the Artisan version, the prototype, it was an absolute work of art. The hair had depth, got the layering on it, the skin texture was nuanced, and the eyes felt like alive basically. But the final product, it looks like it kind of lacks that spark, and I think it's fallen a bit flat, to be honest, for a lot of people. A bit plasticky. The hair not as good out of the box as we were hoping. So yeah, almost unfinished really, not quite there.
Give me regular reports, please.
So who's involved and where could it be going wrong? So let's break it down. So the creation of a figure like the DX34 Artisan edition, it involves several key players. So we've got the sculptor, they builds the digital or clay based likeness. I think mostly it's going to be digital nowadays. And then you've got the painter, they apply the hyper realistic paint applications, often by hand as well. You've got the hairstylist or design team, who manages the rooted hair or sculpted styles. And then the photographer creates the promo shots we all like get wowed about. And then there's the production team that handles the mass replication in the factory. So every stage of that has potential for the final result to just drift away from like the kind of original vision, I guess.
Stop that ship! Blast them!
So the realities of mass production, the prototypes are made by hand, obviously. The final products are mass produced. So even an Artisan edition rooted hair, it's got to be applied like thousands of times, often by workers with limited time, tight quotas. Paint apps in production are done with templates, sometimes even automated airbrush systems. So human error, material constraints, the cost-saving decisions, I think they all add up, so that the lifelike skin texture of a prototype can turn a bit like kind of plasticky in mass production. You do lose the detail. That's why everyone says, oh, it looks a bit soft, or it's a downgrade. Like the fine hairlines can get clumped, and that kind of realism, it just kind of fades, I think. But the problems don't stop there either. Quality control, especially lately, has been hit and miss, I think. Luckily I've not had any issues with it, but I know a lot of people have. So with Artisan Anakin, some collectors reported excess glue, makes the hairline look chunky, wet and kind of like stuck together, even like melted in places. Luckily I never had that issue with Joker, that came out absolutely beautifully perfect. And I know, shout out to Fab's Figures, is Anakin absolutely stunning, it looks amazing. Here's some shots of video the other day, go check out his video as well, it looks really good. So when you're paying this much, it shouldn't be a gamble, and yet more and more collectors are finding themselves like hoping for a good one out of the box rather than expecting that kind of level of consistency we've all used to be honest. We're used to that level of consistency that we're not seem to be getting at the minute.
Give me regular reports, please.
And here's the kicker, the prices, they've never been higher, they're just kind of skyrocketing. Obviously the Anakin was marketed as a premium product, part of the new Artisan line, with a price tag to match as well. So like retail, it's like £500 at least, and now in the aftermarket, or well, resellers, they're charging like between £700 and £800 for it, and aftermarket it's up to £1,000, over £1,000 now. So you can get the final product, even though it's supposed to be a premium, it feels almost like it's a regular release from what I've seen. Not got it in hand yet obviously, but it should be soon, fingers crossed. But what are we paying for? That extra promise of something great? I don't know, just an illusion of the prototype. At some point you've got to ask, is it worth it? Are we going to be collecting these for much longer at these sort of prices?
Stop that ship! Blast them!
But having said that though, here's some pictures from my mate Mandy Burton, she's a Galaxy Far Far Away on Instagram, go check her out, her stuff, absolutely phenomenal stuff. Photography is fantastic. So here's Anakin, and he looks absolutely amazing. So having said all that about the prototypes not quite living up to the release not quite living up to the prototype, these look really, really good. She's airbrushed all the glue out of the hair. So it does look really, really good. So I'm really still excited for the figure, even though it looks like it might be hit or miss, depending on whether you get a good one or not. So in conclusion, I don't think anything's particularly going wrong badly. Obviously this Anakin, it's the best Anakin out there. There's no other better Anakin than this figure. It's absolutely fantastic. And I know I'm going to say that when it comes in as well, when I get it, I'm sure it's going to be spot on. So I think it's just, they might be overproducing. There's always going to be a bit of a loss from the manufacturing process just because of the nature of it. They're not one-offs when it's mass produced, obviously, so I think that's why you do get that degradation in from the prototype down to the mass produced version. I think that's just it, and I think they might be producing a little bit too much, which is why we're getting these kind of quality control issues. And I still love Hot Toys. They're my favourite thing to collect, favourite thing I want. They do an amazing job, the guys in the factory, the designers, the sculptors, everything, all those people that are involved in producing these works of art. I love them all, and I love the product that they make. So yeah, I admit I'm a bit of a Hot Toys fanboy, or fan person I guess nowadays, but yeah, you can't beat them, they're the best. That's just my thoughts anyway. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you want to chat about this or anything else in the collection, I'll see you in the comments. Otherwise, see you in the next video. Take it easy.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.